outfit is available. You can grab those packages that are on sale for a limited time, and it's a limited time. I'm going to have to leave that alone for the time because BTR have just dropped in the same compound as Deadeyes Guys.
Trying to heat up Trevno. DBS already picked up by the Deadeyes Guys. Tommy gun as well. It's going to be loot fast as much as you can. What have you got to be able to put into this fight? It's like the micro Uzi there on the top floor. Good nade, but it's spotted out. The off angle from Luxy. It's the Tommy gun. Say hello to my little friend. DBS for Luxy to finish that one off. The final nail in that coffin, and that's the first elimination. $2 grand found for Luxy.
Go on, Luxy. Get that money in the bank. That's what we like to see. And now Deadeyes Guys, they're on the back foot. They're running away. They've got the Thompson, the M4, and another Thompson in hand. They're looking to unleash a hail of bullets upon Bigetron, but they've already got the first strike upon them. Great little hot drop here for them in Trevno. We can get a little bit more done.
If they can get the team elimination as well, that'd be huge news for their bottom line. They're biding their time. They're not going super aggressive, and in these urban environments, when you know that they're going to be playing with shotguns, with SMGs, you can't be taking those risks. You can't be overextending. So taking it slow and cautious, probably good.
Absolutely. Chari, though, as I was snaking last game here on Livik, looking to get something done here, but BTR moving up as a team, as a line, from compound to compound, shooting off the DBS to frighten the opposition.
Oh, it's the double DBS action coming through
woof,
from two players from BTR. But they're on the top floor. I feel like, I mean, it has got a fairly decent range, I suppose.
Yeah, you've heard of the Siberian Husky, but have you heard of the Indonesian Husky? This one's coming to grab you. Falcons are just moving across the map at the moment. Damar, the UMP, said how deadly this weapon can be, but open roads, looking for a vehicle. Most of these teams, that is the idea at the moment. You can see in your bottom right, already the snowmobile is in effect as most teams start to move across.
7C. Maybe wanted to regroup, but powerful spotted. Sarang gets a lick of damage in, but it is traded off. Never alone with that DBS. We've seen it be so brutal. It seems like everyone's wanting to pick it up this time around. And Sarang doesn't want anything to do with it. Here's the bad news as the ka-chunk sends his legs a quiver. Runs away for the hills. Powerful again, pushing in. Micro Uzi in hand, straight down the stairs. Turns the corner, gets the damage in, and is followed up with the DBS as well. But backup is in for 7C as they swell around the ground floor. And now the pressure is on for Falcons to take the top. In goes Spray God and lives up to the name. First knock goes through. Aladdin wants to pursue this one. Around the corner, it's never alone. Sat alone in the bathroom, has the DBS. Has he got enough rounds? No, he does not. 7C back up their team up the top beautifully, and Falcons lose 2.
And 7C come crashing down on the enemy team here. Falcons here in Dobro Mesto. And they're really struggling. 2 eliminations, though, already found for them. Falcons are sent running, sent packing here. Away as fast as possible. And 7C can now comfortably loot the rest of this compound over towards the western side of the map. Falcons have nothing else to do but just send it running.
2 players left alive. Keep yourself alive, get some points on board. First place worth $60,000, remember, here at the AfterParty Showdown. And every point matters. Falcons know that all too well.
Vampire Esports up towards the north side of the map in Zabava. Another team also here, S2G, so they took the northern approach on this game. Stoned. So looking for more race to shut the door. You can't see me now. Door's closed. Hasn't anyone ever heard of. Knocking on this door first before sending it in to take my vehicles.
I'm missing something here. I feel like you're expecting me to get something on this.
Yeah, well, thanks for the memories, John. Even if they weren't so great.
Oh. Got it. That's good.
S2G.
The line's good, but, you know.
No, it's all right.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, no, it's definitely great.
Even if they weren't so good.
No, great.
Is it great? Oh, no.
No, don't look this up. Stop. No, no, stop it. It's fine. No, we can do it. No, we do it after the game. No,
it's a
fine.
mid-game Google.
No, don't do the look. You just need to be dropping some lyrical mayhem on this match right now, because S2G extremely close to Vampire Esports. This way it could really go down.
That is fair. At the moment, S2G not really taking a close quarters fight just yet. Vampire Esports on the verge, on the precipice of getting it done. Not really.
And I was right, wasn't I?
Oh no.
I was correct. Anyway, don't ever question me on my Fallout Boy lore ever again. Vampire Esports moving through. Grenade. S2G still Razy. Closed that door earlier on, but Schweppes has a good idea. Nades over, and it's clean, but Razy's able to just shield himself, fend off the shrapnel somehow with a pan in hand, just blast it back.
Seemingly an unstoppable force. Curtailed.
Ooh.
Another nade in. That one could be good. That's on the money. Razy can't stand up to a second. He used one of his lives there. Schwepp gets across just about. Silas with the G36. Not quite able to get the job done.
Razy does go down, and Schweppes would love to confirm this, but Silas with such a good oversight on this fight. This is a really, really good place to take down the enemy team as well. Nice knock onto Schweppes here. Bullets come back their way, but this is right inside the circle. And it's a classic for Kendi circle as well. You've got half of a circle over in the blue at the moment. So a lot of these teams making a massive run up towards the north side of the map.
Tries to pop a nade, tried to rebound it off the door frame there to just get that flush, get that confirmed. Look at the earnings on the right-hand side of your screen. 24K so far for S2G. Locked in that fight. They're already 10K clear of Stalwart at 14K. Wow.
If they can win this fight between them and Vampire Esports, they might be setting themselves up for a back-to-back. But Stoned. Nade goes through, will finish off Razy and take home the first special elimination there, $2,000. I think it was Stoned who threw that grenade, though. But, you know, it was, in fact, Schweppes who got the initial knock. So we'll give it to him.
You love to see it. You love to see it. Kelsey for one. Silas with the flush.
Oh, that's a cheeky angle.
That is pretty nasty, isn't it? Oh dear, that's even cheekier. Silas! Oh my goodness me, Zuxi. You can't be missing those. That was a sitter, if I ever did see, but Silas snakes away.
Yeah, Silas clambering onto the side. You can see his legs moving, but the body not quite getting over the railings. And I think Zuxi was as surprised as I was looking at that. Hamzy, though, comes underneath. Ravenclaw takes the DBS to the face. And somehow S2G are still keeping this one up at the moment. Fortunately, Hamzy goes down, which leaves S2G down to just 2 players remaining, which is still feasible here on Vikendi.
Hamzy maybe looking to just survive as long as possible. Kelsey and Silas, the last 2 for S2G now. Top earners so far on the day. With 2 players left, maybe that run will be cut short. If Stalwart are able to take this one down, they were 10K behind at the start when we saw the earnings earlier. Of course, that's a 10K chicken dinner.
Whoa, Schweppes, okay, doing the moonwalk in the vehicle itself. Just rocks it on backwards. In that situation, you have time to turn in that thing. It's going to spin right out of control on that hillside. I know, I've done it. So it just goes for the reverse. Respect, really. So all ending here over towards the northeast side of Zabava. A lot of teams here right on the coast by this bridge that heads over towards Cosmodrome. You can see it off in the distance there. BTR on this little cross. It's very, very open right now betwixt here and the frozen river.
See in the top right of your screen, it's a really heavy northern shift on these circles so far. So about 50% of the land. I mean, it's good old Vikendi circles, and it seems like we're going to get another hard shift as well.
I mean, I said this earlier as well, so I mean, I think we're both on the same page here. Again, I would say this is even 60% water now, with this incredible circle that we're seeing on our screens. We love Vikendi, because it just packs teams all into singular locations, but action comes through the nasty headshot onto Rod.
First team elimination seems to be just around the corner. 3 teams on 2 players. Rod with one of them down, leaving them with 2 there. DAMWON Gaming trying to push DAMWON here, pushing up onto BTR's position. Find out all about the Titans from the east. Bigetron Red Aliens hold 1. Fabian goes down, gets flushed.
Song gets back into the shack, but it's Vampire Esports trying to make their way through, and a player goes down. It stops there, and he's stopped in his tracks by DAMWON Kia.
Schweppes isolated as well from Stoned here in this position. Really not able to get back to it. DAMWON Kia have oversight. S2G, they lost 2 of their players early in the Galaxy. Similarly, unfortunate that you'd seem so in this position. Ralph now and Hamodi trying to hold off against Alpha7. Ralph under pressure from nades, potentially an off angle from the back there for the backup from Hamodi. That nade needs to be good, but it's a little bit long. Only gets a little bit of damage onto Revo. Spray's looking quite good, though. Ralph stays up, stays standing. Caught, and Hamodi pushes in. Ralph is knocked. It's a 1 versus 3. Spray is good for 1.
Hamodi!
More, but no, Carrillo takes him down at the right time there to save the squad. All 4 of them still alive, and that is a squad elimination.
Dear me there, Hamodi almost brought it home. When this guy was just absolutely tearing it up over in the PMPLs. And he has really been one of the rocks for Nigma Galaxy, and they're starting to add more and more fantastic players, but he was one of the real ones. Okay. That's all I'll say.
He's a real one. Big up to the real ones out there.
Yeah. Mainly Hamodi.
Just Hamodi, actually.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
I will say that Zuxi and Luxi, as Zuxi does go down, I'll say that BTR should really be having a good time here on Vikendi, because, you know, being such a long-standing team, I mean, Zuxi and Luxi have played Vikendi competitively in the past.
Plenty of times. Things that strike terror into the hearts of plenty, but over the top, DBS from the top rope, looking good for Silas. Turns for a second, and a S2G faltering under the purview of Schweppes there. Kelsey trying to hit the shot, but Pika picks him off.
Steals away the team elimination there as well, which Vampire Esports got to not be happy about. Stalwart looking to really bump up the numbers. You see that circle there, hard shift down towards southwest side.
Falcons.
Not really much else they could do there, but most teams still in this one.
Falcons were off the coast on the northwest. They're swimming. It's got to be pretty chilly. I hope they got their thermals.
You'd hope so, right? But again, getting hot here in the after-party showdown. Deadeyes Guys look up towards BTR. Still 2 players in this one. DAMWON Kia, probably one of the only teams rotating right now alongside Vampire Esports. You have to drop out that vehicle because it is on fire right now.
Trouble for Alpha7, or maybe more accurately for DAMWON Kia. They rock straight up into the sight lines, but they are pushing. They're going for the fight. Alpha7 handle it. Beautiful stuff. And another team elimination coming through for the Alpha7 squad. Really good news to try and get them a little bit more money on the cards as well.
Yeah, that was a rip and tear coming through from Alpha7 on DAMWON Kia. Tried to reposition just a little bit, but this is a really, really nice spot for them. And they knew they were going to be safe here for a very long time. So taking up that position, so strong. It's across the road as well, so you'll see anyone that's trying to take up position with you. I don't even know who was in that car. It was going so fast.
Deadeyes Guys, I think.
Yeah, lightning.
Bigetron couldn't get the swivel. Only 2 players for Bigetron left standing after their engagements that they've had so far in this game. Rod just a little bit further away from them, but they're pushing in on the east side of this next circle, which is a little bit more landward. Cutting out a little bit of water for the first time.
Yeah, I think most of these teams knew pretty much where this circle was going. It's fortunate a lot of the teams were already in the circle on the southwest side, which is where the majority of the good compounds are anyway. But this road really does cause problems now. I think for Alpha7, things become bad in the next circle should it shift away from their spot and they end up having to cross the road. But with the amount of people that's actually driven into their compound and they've been able to eliminate quite swiftly, we'll put it that way as well, you know, they should have a lot of smokes available to themselves. No vehicles, the smoke should be enough to maybe get into a hopeful position.
Rod should know that this rotation's coming through on the coastline for Deadeyes Guys. Do they have those sightlines? Because at the moment, these ridges are being played quite well. On top drops out. Oh, shots beautifully found from Chari. Straight back up to the players from Rad. Very nicely covered. And that gives Deadeyes Guys the chance to move on up towards these angles. But where are they getting shot from? It's Alpha7. They're into the fight from the western side as the circle moves further towards them. And Deadeyes Guys are on the broadside.
Alpha7's just partaking in all the action right here. Mafioso, UMP with the 3x on side. He's keeping himself available and watching these locations. Chari back up in action. For a little bit more. Smoke's over there, but honestly, this is just protection. This is survival game for Deadeyes Guys at the moment.
Nice nade over towards the Deadeyes Guys to keep on top down. Slow the Deadeyes Guys encroaching push from the northern edge. Of course, Alpha7 are doing work in that front as well.
He's dropping nades and looking for anything.
Ooh.
Munir seems decent. It
Feels
is good.
Oh. I think it was just before the res on top, which means that he didn't go down. Again, he took it on the red bar instead of on the res health bar. Alpha7 taking shots over. There is an answer, but it's just not going to be enough. There's no way you get further than that. Alpha7 pick up another team elimination. They're on track for the 5K.
Goodness me, there's another one as well. Call Alpha7 the usher of the lobby because they are sitting these teams down at the moment. Shots into the vehicle, action. Taking shots from behind. It's BTR also joining into the fray, and that's STE out.
Rud eliminated by Alpha7. STE with 2 players left there, Pika and Scry, losing their teammate across the way. That split didn't go well. Alpha7 on the northern shore. Arbiters right now. Their presence felt by pretty much everyone. You can see 7C still going. A beautiful nade over the top. Comes in from Luxy. That's plenty of special limbs.
Oh yeah, smokes are plenty for Luxy and GenForce at the moment. Still moving through, but 7C still going strong. Fortunately, Madman pops his head up for just a little bit too long there. Luxy also hits the deck as Alpha7 continue to just pressure everyone in the lobby. And look at the circle. Oh, it's horrendous for these other teams. And Alpha7, they're ready to take this bad boy home.
Falcons finally spotted out in the water. Having attention sent their way. Damar is going to have to surface pretty soon. Can you stay safe from the hail of bullets being sent your way? 2 players from 7C have the attention sent this way. Bigetron, they did manage to get that res. There's another nade. Oh, my God. That was so crucial that he didn't get knocked there for Bigetron's potential in this lobby.
Alpha7 moving up. Remember, there's only 12 teams in the lobby, so 11 eliminations is pretty hefty for Alpha7 here. 7C still just their side, but this circle just benefits Alpha7 so much. We're going to get a quick replay on Mafioso. This is such a good spray down. So clean.
That G36 doing so much work and taking the vehicle out as well. Rad could not use it to reposition. Could it be another Bigetron nade over towards RA? Is that right? Is it far enough? It's good, but it's not good enough. Was that an immediate re-knock? No, it was taken on the red bar yet again. Luxy has spotted Mafioso, the G36 surgeon from Alpha7. Resable position, though, will just slow them down a little bit. Potentially throwing a spanner in their works with their conflicts.
Bandar looking to move in, but there's a smoke, I believe, that drops down, but GenForce tries to throw a couple of more nades their way. Bandar stuck outside of the blue, moving up to Alpha7's position. So many teams. How much more can they weather here, John?
How did he manage to make that cross? Revo trying to suppress this position, rolls all the way up to the wall, and R8 now have an outpost. They can try and slinky back, but no. Teammate knocked on the back. No way you're getting that res. 1 player for R8. Bigetron have that cleanly.
Huge amount of damage their way, but Luxy is still going. Mythic hits the deck, and now 7C, perhaps they even see a chance here for themselves in this game. They're taking a lot of damage. Luxy has to drop down again. Revo, excellent high ground angle. Has to drop back off the side, though. Keep himself a little bit more safe. Knows there's teams everywhere at the moment.
12 eliminations coming through from Alpha7 in this low player lobby. Luxy picks up the final player from R8. This guy is on a tear. 6 elims of the 7 from Bigetron right now, coming from Luxy alone. A knock onto Mythic, but Carrillo finally shuts it down. Genfos now last player for Bigetron. Alpha7 still looking good, looking clean. 7C, however, on the coastline could prove to be tricky.
Alpha7, goodness me, coming to Afterparty Showdown, may have not been in the PMWI, but that last World Invitational for the West Side, they took it with a clear point lead. Now they're looking to bring that kind of same power here into the Afterparty Showdown. Lovely name from Genfos.
He makes it into the shack as well. Does he have time to get this first aid off? I think he does. But that nade just needs to sneak its way in through the window. It will do just that. It's actually Alpha7 to take it away. Aladdin has it pinched out. And that is Alpha7 with another team elimination. This is a good game from them. The Falcons, by the way, managed to make it to the shoreline. In goes Mafioso with the UMP. Wants to play close on this ridgeline. Spray God right underneath with the nade cooking. Looking to try and take the fight. There's backup as well from the rest of the team.
Madman, Aladdin. Last one on this side, very, very low at the moment. Sarang just trying to throw some nades up, but it's Falcons. 7C all underneath. Alpha7 have fantastic purview over the rest of this, and really 7C or Falcons, they need a lucky break here.
If the fight can be split up, if they can take the fight on 2 fronts, 7C and Falcons might be able to deal with half of Alpha7 each potentially.
So unfortunate. This is the only real safe spots in the game, but the Molotov dropped down the side. Carrillo able to finish off Yusuf. Up to 15 eliminations this match.
What a tear. And drops down for Damar. Oh, he might be able to handle something if he's on the
happening?
swivel. No! Carrillo puts a stop to the mess. And now it's 7C. Need to take the fight with Alpha7. Low HP bars on Alpha7, but Sarang gets sat back. Carrillo the only one on full HP, but this guy can fight. This guy can frag. Aladdin around the foothills needs to get the trade. We'll be able to find one, but that is it. Alpha7 clean up on Vikendi.
Goodness me, it's Carrillo dropping the shield wall. No one can get past him. And now they'll be on cooldown to the next match, and absolutely they will need to cool down here because that was unreal despite the freezing temperatures of that match. I would have been wearing a t-shirt if I was Alpha7.
They were absolutely brutal in their northern side compound. They were on the swivel. Nobody was really trying to push them at that stage as well. Excellently executed.
Yeah, unreal circle for them, though. You've got to admit, like, directly on that top side, they drop up, head into a compound, don't have to cross a road, and it comes back up to them again. So, yeah, I think the way they played it, they definitely deserved it, though. Having so many teams crashing into them, it must have been a tough time.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff from the Brazilian team. Plenty of other teams with a lot of money earned that game as well. That was really, really good. That was just unbelievably good.
That was so good. Yeah, that's all you need to say.
I kind of lost for words, pretty much. That's what I'm getting at, I think.
Okay.
I think overall. But we are going to head over to the standings to take a look at the points presented by STC.
Well, I think you can see why, ladies and gentlemen, John Allen is a cast-on analyst, because you can't say Alpha7 are just really good and have that be analysis. But to be fair, he is right. A fantastic showing. 19 elims coming out of them, 29 points in total. Maybe I shouldn't be hosting anymore at this rate. They have been getting better and better as each match has gone on, and Brazil has shown the true power of what they can do.
Wow, and what an insane finish from these guys. And we were talking about it, Kalash, right? Before this game, well, they had zero money earned. Zero money earned. So they just had an incredible rise. Like 19 elimination from the guys is absolutely insane. And their compound, the fact that they survived 3 breaches in a row and still kept 4 players alive, you don't see that happen every day.
No, definitely. They defended it really well. They painted the town orange here when it came to Vikendi. I mean, looking at this, they absolutely blasted out. That compound, we were talking about it just before we came on, it has a natural advantage in terms of the northern barrier. Well, one, because it's near the sea, so it's kind of whatever. But also there's a cliff face there that you don't really have to worry about too many teams moving up against that. So just looking at the other angles as teams are coming in, but their awareness was hyper keen in this game to be able to provide them such a massive victory.
And also big respect to Mafioso in particular. He was constantly taking a little bit more vantage point towards the south, making sure he's keeping information clearance of the road, and no teams are going to try and third party. If he's not there, I think with all the breaches happening, a third party could have happened. So there's a lot of micro things that happen for Alpha7 to get this far and get this many eliminations.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, it's not like they fought against like 1 or 2 teams and had a good position, but they literally had to fight like turrets, taking every single team down that possible went after them. Getting a little bit lucky sometimes, thinking back to them versus Rad, and then that was at Stalwart Esports. They tried to actually steal those eliminations away, but then Bigetron chimed in to actually prevent that. I mean, all in all, and what makes me sad to say this is the fact we haven't seen like Brazil be this strong in a very long time. Back to the Loops era, you know, years and years and years ago. I think Blank mentioned during PMWL West a long time ago. And it's fantastic to see that this team has been getting better. They have been improving because they were definitely a letdown when it came to PMGC this last year.
Yeah, it's been a little bit rough, unfortunately. But you know what? You still got these possibilities on these kind of stages to get back into it, so it's good to see. I'm happy to see 7C especially get a few extra points down there. I think the Steel team is going to take some time to find relevancy on an international stage.
Sure.
Hey, a few eliminations down there, it's cool.
I mean, aside from having a central circle position, given how rough this circle was, some teams' interesting approaches to the circle actually paid dividends for them. Of course, Falcons, they were in the sea for a long time and then came on. Must have been a bit chilly. And then likewise, 7C on the other side. That's right, that's right. 7C on the other side managed to kind of have their west kind of covered for the most part, moving on in against this. And then once you get up against that cliff phase, it's okay. But yeah, an interesting circle. It didn't really feel like a Vikendi game, if I'm honest, with the way the circle worked out. But
it was very, very north, and we kind of didn't expect that. I know Max, I guess, technically happy or sad because he obviously wants to be able to cast the castle finish at some point. But you know what, gentlemen, let's actually take a look. Let's take a little bit of a look at Alpha7 and their player stats here in this last match, just to see who really was standing out for their team. And as you mentioned, Mafioso and Revo doing some work.
Yeah, and especially Carrillo being able to get so many of those elimination confirmed when you had like, what, 3-4 crashes in a row. Like, he was getting all those finishing blows on the teams. And then, of course, you had Mafioso that was taking really good control of the southern edge, should I say, of the compound, making sure no one's going to get involved. But, man, that conversion rate from 7 knocks into 6 eliminations for Mafioso, 7 elims also from Carrillo. Like, these 2 guys in particular really stepped up to the plate in this game.
Do you reckon Mythic did this on purpose? Alpha7, 777. What do you think, Max?
I feel like this could have been a game casted by 7.
Quite a lucky game, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky. I mean, lucky game. You know what? Yeah, fair. I was going to make a point, like, it's not a good point. I'm just move on.
That's fine.
I mean, there are a lot of 7s. 7 knockouts, 7 eliminations, 777 damage.
Revo 7-7.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, in his name, yeah.
Yeah, the name.
Nice try, Max. Nice try.
Thanks.
I'm helping. But still, I mean, the thing is, right, a lot of the money, a lot of what we talk about and focusing on when it's come to this part of the event, it's about the money. It's not about necessarily the placements. It depends on, obviously, what route you want to go. But technically, you could be a team that comes out like doing exceptionally well in every match and win a lot of the match money, but also getting first place and taking home an extra $60,000. Like, realistically, you could just do that.
Yeah, I mean, one comes with the other. If you are the team that gets the first elimination, the squad wipes every single time, by default, you're going to be placing way high in the rankings.
Sure.
You can't do one and not get the other. They could just come in a package.
And the interesting thing about a game like this is, aside from maybe, you know, drops and stuff like that, the money that you would get from those, Alpha7 could have potentially got a huge portion of the money from this game, considering they probably had more eliminations, more team eliminations, the first
special
place,
eliminations.
Special eliminations because they had nades.
They didn't get the airdrop, though. That was Genfos from Bigetron.
Okay, well, you know.
$1,000 gone.
I think that's the easiest thing to take away from them there.
But everything else, they absolutely dominated this game. Not only in actually getting the win, but also everything else revolving around the prize pool distribution.
Yeah, look at that. You just get barely in range of them, and they're just going to instantly spray you down. And this 2-2 split in particular, making sure the 2 last teams had no way to make it up that little ridgeline position and contest. Like, the control was huge, and it was just impossible to escape Alpha7 there.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I think it was Blank saying, I mean, Carrillo putting down the shield wall so nothing could get through. But I think Carrillo is more retaliating there, shooting at everyone that shot in his direction, like his head on a swivel. But still, that's just one match. We still obviously have had a lot of teams do exceptional over the course of the event so far. I think for me, since we didn't touch on that much, is actually Bigetron starting to get into the event. I feel like there always have been a team that starts really slow when it comes to an event, then they start to warm up, and obviously with a 3-day event, you don't have much time to warm up before it's over.
Yeah, they did get the first elimination that game, so that's still something that came their way, right? But there has been some iterations in the roster that, like, it is going to take a lot of time for them to find their groove and find their comfort. So it'll take some time, but as you said, they're going to be a slow burner team. Tomorrow might be the day where they really step up big time.
No, definitely. And Luxie almost did 1,000 damage before he actually goes down to Alpha7, fully enough, while all of those fights are going on near that compound. So, yeah, they were definitely gaining speed, momentum. not the last one. And we actually have, of course, Blank was saying about Luxy. He's one of the guys that kind of stood the test of time in terms of performance. I would argue maybe there was a kind of a little bit of a drop-off for a little while. I think maybe it was based on some kind of teething problems with how the roster was being and things like that, maybe some changes.
Yeah.
But overall, still able to blast down. Still very clearly an absolute all-star.
Okay, well, if you guys at home want to play like the pros, you can pick yourself up a Sony 1.4 Xperia. As we have seen, it's been created in collaboration with professional players. It's also an official partner here of PUBG Mobile. And well, speaking of playing like the pros, maybe you want to learn on how they play in other games. We actually do have a video here with Alpha7 and how they tried to play some basketball.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got blue. I don't know. Luan, which piece here? Pode escapar? Não, tá indo. Bolinha. Vem, que negócio disso? Aqui, ó. Uma. Não, é muito forte. Outra. Outra. Nossa, é muito difícil, velho.
Well, maybe if the challenge was football or soccer, depending on the world you are, they would have fared a little bit better.
Probably.
But 3, not bad. He had the right form, right? Who was it, Max, that we saw move the shot
I think it's
closer to the goal?
Senator from
Oh, he knew
Stalwart.
what he was
He
doing.
knew exactly. He's like, the rules
Yeah.
stipulate you got to be on the table. And he's like, what? They're a little bit closer.
But he couldn't hit the shots, unfortunately. But at least they can hit the shots in game. That's all that matters, right? That's where they win their money. They don't get money for the challenge, I think.
$1,000, I think, for the winners of that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why are we playing?
I asked. I said no.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sound so angry.
Okay.
But
Look
fine.
at me. I'm built for basketball. Come on. I would have probably
Yeah,
missed all
so
the
am
shots.
I.
for that one.
That's my That's my kind of basketball, you know. Very short, guys.
I mean, yeah,
I'm not getting
so
off
if
the-
you did the basketball challenge, would you have been on a box playing that?
I'd have been on a box playing even that one. All right, just saying.
Well, I mean, the thing, could you even reach the table to do it? Would you have been like,
I'm not that short. Come on now. Steady
You're
on,
not, you're not Several Worlds Gaming short, but
No,
don't
I'm
worry,
not
we'll be
Several
coming up
Worlds
later
Gaming
on
short,
to
that's
actually show that one. But obviously, we obviously have another map coming up here. I believe it's going to be Karrakin, if I'm not mistaken. We talked about seeing Livik for the first time. We're seeing Karrakin now. I'm really excited to see how this one's
no.
going to go. You guys want to dive into that a little bit?
You want me to talk about Karrakin?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about the Panzerfaust. Let's stop
Alright.
him before he gets all explosive.
I'm going to explode.
I'm scared, if I'm honest. There's not many landmarks to drop in on Karrakin for 12 teams, to be fair. There is all that kind of tunnel system, which is interesting. You got sticky bombs, you got Panzerfaust. Everything could get very, very crazy very quickly on Karrakin.
Yeah, and you got the G36C, also part of the weapon pool in this one.
Yep.
We saw some teams actually playing it last map over there on Vikendi, so it could come into play.
They're
and
stirring the
C4 too.
pot. I
That could
don't.
come-
What are they doing? They're stirring a coffee.
That's their thing. It means easy when they do
Yeah.
that. Easy.
Ah.
Yeah, when they do that, that means easy win. Also, like it's just like celebration.
Ah.
Yeah,
When I do that, it means I want soup. Yeah.
spaghetti also.
Oh, spaghetti, yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Go away. You're not supposed to be here yet. Sorry.
I don't. I don't. Maybe when Avenger and Several Worlds Gaming get in, they can tell us what that means for them. But this doesn't. Okay. Well, anyways, I want to give a big shout out here to MasterCard as well, one of the sponsors here of this event, as well as Saudi Investment Bank. Again, without them, this event would not be able to be taking place. But for you guys at home, we do have a survey going out for you that we want you to take part in. You have a lot of time to do so over the course of these next 3 days. Make sure you head over to chat. Make sure you can see the link there over on any Tencent social media. So make sure to participate because you know what? It matters for us. We want to know exactly what you guys have to say. But there are also 2 gentlemen. We want to hear exactly what they have to say when it comes to this map. We got Karrakin loading up. We got our new casters loading up as well for the first time for themselves. We got the teams getting ready, getting excited. I hope the 2 gentlemen to my left-hand side are going to be getting excited because they're going to be thrown on over to 7 Worlds Gaming. And you'll never believe the man who puts pepper in his coffee, Avenger.
Pepper and the coffee. I thought that was somebody else, but you know what? It wasn't that bad, Jason. But the way that steering thing, that means that they're about to start cooking because it's so easy. So Max was actually right.
Oh, right. Yeah, I get that. I like that. I think that makes sense to me as well. Like you're stirring the pot, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, obviously there's many different ways for you to celebrate or for you to show off and stuff like that. And obviously sometimes these teams, they have their own ways and their own impressions. And I just want to kind of throw back to the opening show and the kind of award that's going on for the best entrance here is pretty cool. So yeah, I really enjoyed obviously watching. Stalwart was one of them. Alpha7 was pretty cool as well. Obviously, Carillo here, the boys. And this is kind of mean, right? Or not mean, because it's kind of biased. You know the Alpha7 guys for a long time. I've cast them this year. Really enjoyed their style of play. Now with Mythic in the lineup coming over from Rise, it's a absolute banging lineup. I love what we've seen from those guys, especially Alpha7, also obviously last year's PMWI winners. So really excited to see what these guys are going to be able to bring throughout. And also, we are going to be joining and going in with these guys on Karakin here as our first map to catch 7. That is going to be amazing.
I have played this match plenty of times, and it's absolute madness because there is an underground system that you can sneak up on teams, and a lot of teams are going to have to keep an eye out on that too. And also keep in mind that on some of the buildings